Hi, this is Kaiden from Math Magic, and in this video I'm going to be doing a P6 question. Alright, so this was one of the questions that we did this week in class. I'm going to use my MATH method, so let's look at M, which is matching to keyword. So this question, the most important keyword is actually the word remaining over here, which suggests to you that you need to use the branching method. Alright, the branching method is like 90%. Every time you see the word remaining, 80-90%, you need to use branching method. So let's try it. So James spent 500 of his money on Monday. So I have $500 on Monday and 2/5 of his remaining savings on Tuesday. So over here, I actually have to write remaining. Now this one actually trips up a lot of students. They suddenly just don't know how to write what to write there, because a lot of questions in P5 will tell you I spend 1/3 and I have a remaining of 2/3. So I know I need to write 2/3 over here. But over at P6, you start to see questions like 500 and you have to write down remaining to represent the remaining amount of money. And then after that, you have 2/5 of his remaining savings on Tuesday. So 2/5 of his remaining savings on Tuesday. And this one, most of them will know how to do it. So 2/5, how much is left? Which is 3/5. And now I have 1/3 of my original savings left. This one also trips up a lot of students. They don't know where to put this 1/3. So I will just put here 1/3. Now I'm going to share with you two different methods to solve this question. The first method, which is the which is the P5 method actually, is to use the multiplication. So I take 3/5 times the remaining will be equals to 1/3. And then after that, I'll show you another method using units and parts, which you can decide which one is easier for you. So let's look at the first method. So 3/5 of the remaining simply means 3/5 multiplied by the remaining will be equals to this part, which is the 1/3. Right? So you have to be able to come up with this equation, and if your child is really not able to, then you have to drill them. Just change these numbers here and there, change this 3/5 and change the 500, change the remaining, change the fractions over here. Just drill them, make sure they know that 3/5 times the remaining, which is of the remaining, is equals to 1/3 over this 1/3. So now we try and work this part out. So my remaining will be equals to 1/3 divided by 3/5. Now, based on my experience, a lot of people will have trouble with this step. You need to drill them on this step. Make sure they understand that it's actually divided by 3/5, and then after that you have 1/3 times 5/3. And you have 5/9. So your remaining is actually 5/9. So if this is 5/9, this will be 4/9. And therefore your 4 units is 500, 1 unit is 125. And if you see the question right, it's actually spent on Tuesday, which is this one, which is a bit tricky lah. So from 1 unit, you need to look for 5 units. And then after, you need to look for the 2/5 of the 5 units. All right, so that's quite a tricky part and quite a lot of steps. So now I'm going to show you the second method, which is using units and parts. So for units and parts, you still use the same branching method. But how you want to change it a little bit. So over here, right, this is 5 units, so you change your remainder to 5 units. Actually, you don't put 5 units lah. So this is actually changed to 2 and 3, right? So 5 over at the total, 2 and 3 over here. This is 3, so of the original, so you have to understand that the 3 goes to here, all right? And the 1 goes to here. So they must be able to come up with something like that, and they must understand that this set of ratio or this set of fractions or numbers is not part of this, right? They are different. So once you get this, And this becomes a constant ratio question, so you have to make this part constant. So I times 3, and then I times 3 over here, and this becomes 9, this becomes 3. So therefore now you have made them the same because this is a constant ratio question. And then 9 minus 5, so therefore this part is 4. So 4 units gets you 500, which is about the same as what we did just now. And then from here, you can find 1 unit, then you can find 5 units. Or straight away, right? Easier way is to straight away just find 2 units, because you know 2 units will be your Tuesday. All right, so for me, I actually think that this method is easier, but you have to understand that this part is one ratio by itself, and then you have to make this two the same. Then you can combine all the ratios together. All right, so it depends on which one your child is more comfortable with.